Hey guys, Jake here coming at you from Jake's Music Place, and today we're going to be going over some beginner guitar ideas, techniques, whether you should start off on electric guitar, acoustic guitar, and things like that. So let's jump right into it. Obviously you won't be using a guitar like this, you'll be using a guitar like this. This is a Squire Strat, made in Indonesia. As you can see, I did a lot of different things to it, not important things. Didn't help the sound or anything, just kind of stupid shit that I thought was cool. But you're going to be probably using a guitar like this if you're starting off on electric guitars. It comes with a little mini amp, which we'll go over in a couple minutes. But first, let me just talk about the guitars, electric versus acoustic. So, my first acoustic guitar was not a real acoustic. It was something called a classical acoustic, which has nylon strings. We're not going to go over that today. But that's not what you want to start off on. You want to start off on a guitar like this. This is a Mitchell acoustic, electric acoustic. Takes a 9-volt battery right there in the end. The neck on it was a little warped. I did a few different things to help fix it. That's because I've been playing guitar for a while. But nothing too crazy. But anyway, so you're going to be using a guitar like this, not necessarily like this. This was a $500 Mitchell, but there's cheaper ones, and there are cheaper acoustic. Fender's a great brand to buy an acoustic guitar off of, in my opinion. They have cheaper acoustic guitars. So you want to buy an acoustic guitar, $200. I'm not going to go crazy into the price ranges right now, but if you want to start an acoustic guitar. Now, what's good about acoustic guitar is it's cheaper, and if you buy one, I would say buy one if you plan on just kind of seeing where you go, just to screw around with the guitar, see what you can do when you pick it up. Nothing too crazy. Even just beginner guitar lessons, if you think you're not going to go crazy with it, definitely go with an acoustic. If you want an electric guitar, I would say only start off with an electric guitar if you're going to really stick with the guitar, like pick it up, and even though you feel like you completely stink, you want to keep going and practicing every day. A lot of people think just start off with an acoustic either way, but honestly, why waste your time with an acoustic if you can just get an electric guitar and you feel good about your playing? Personally, I think that electric guitars are easier to learn guitar on. They're lighter gauge string, and for those of you that don't know what that is, it's the diameter of the string gauge. It's how thick the strings are. Like acoustics like this usually have like 12 gauge, whereas I think on my Fenders, or I have one Fender Strat and my Squire Strat, I think they both have 9s on it right now, and I have an Epiphone Les Paul that has 10s. Different gauges, you'll learn more about that as you go into playing guitar and buying strings. Like I said, I'm not talking about that right now. This is strictly, completely beginner stuff. Moving on now. So, if you choose to take the electric guitar route and buy a cheap electric guitar set, like a Squire Strat and a nice little amp like this one, you're going to get a nice little amp like this one. This is a Fender G-Deck Junior. I am almost certain that for some reason they don't make them anymore. I'm not really sure, though. If you know the answer to that, put it in the comments below. But, moving on. This is a great little starter amp. It's solid state, and there'll be another video on that. Solid state versus tube amps. 50 watts. Honestly, I don't know the speaker size. It's obviously very small. Fits in my lap. Pretty light. It's great. And another great thing is solid state amps have all these effects built in at the top here. And so I've zeroed everything out so it looks better. But it has all these effects, and it has loops too. And that's really good because you can practice your soloing and things like that. Once you learn pentatonic scales and whatnot, you can practice your soloing in any key you want, in different loop styles like rock or Latin. It also has an aux in and a headphone jack, which is also great. And it also has a MIDI in, which is very cool. Plug it into your computer for things like Logic and stuff. That's really cool. It has an aux in, so male-to-male connection, and you can plug your phone in and play the backing tracks. There's a couple different online websites that have great free backing tracks to practice to and play your favorite songs. And it also has a headphone jack, which is great because you can, play in silence if someone else is annoyed. Alright, so if you get a beginner set with that amp, or with this guitar, that amp will come with this guitar, but you're going to get a guitar like this. This is a Squier Stratocaster, like I said, made in Indonesia. There's many differences between this and a regular Strat, and that'll be in a completely different video. But you're going to get a guitar like this, and this is a really good beginner guitar. But like I said, you're going to feel the difference once you get better at playing guitar and you play other people's guitars. You are going to feel the difference in how much this guitar sucks. A lot of people like to hot rod the Squiers. I was going to do that. I didn't get around to it. But if you're thinking about buying one of these and like replacing the neck, getting new pickups and stuff like that, just buy a better guitar, honestly, if you're starting out and you really don't want to deal with this guitar. But like I said, if you want to just go right to electric, I suggest buying a beginner set where it's a Squier Strat and a Fender amp. Now Squier, just to let you know, is like a sub-company of Fender, to put it in simple terms. So Fender owns Squier, that's why they can use their designs. Very similar to Gibson and Epiphone's relationship, almost basically the same. Basically taking Fender's guitars and making cheaper versions of them. So you are getting a Fender guitar per se, just not a very good one. One other point. Honestly, before you go out and even buy a guitar, I highly recommend you find a friend that owns both an electric and an acoustic. And if you're at the point where you can at least pick up a guitar, strum a few chords, or even just screw around, definitely feel out what one is better. Because you don't want to buy a guitar that you thought played great in the store and then you take it home and it's actually a piece of shit. But other than that, in my opinion, to recap, in my opinion, and remember, this is all opinion stuff, so there's going to be people that disagree with me, I know, and I understand that. In my opinion, if you want to learn guitar and you think you're going to stick with it for a while, get an electric guitar. It's a couple extra $100, maybe like $3, maybe $4. I don't think it'll go over $4, but maybe $300 at the most for a guitar and an amp. If you think you just want to see how it goes and try it out, get an acoustic first and then graduate to an electric guitar. This has been Jake for Jake's Music Place. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and have a good one.